In this parcel, there is a box that says M20C, which is a portable studio light from Zhiyun. Zhiyun is a Chinese company that makes accessories for photographers and videographers, and it is well respected among both enthusiasts and professionals. And even though I said studio light, this particular device is small enough and also rechargeable, which allows it to be used in the field as well. However, more on that later. Inside the box you get the device itself, a short Type-C to Type-C charging lead, a very basic soft carrying pouch, and a ton of documentation. However, most of this paper is warranty related and the actual quick start guide is only a few pages. The device itself consists of the panel, a cage, and you also get a few accessories. The first one is a diffuser, the second one is a honeycomb grid, and the last one is barn doors. All of those accessories are magnetically attached to the light. It's far from the first time when magnets are used to attach accessories to studio lighting, but I have to agree that it is indeed a very convenient way to snap on attachments. The back of the cage also has two inbuilt magnets, which can be used to snap the light on any magnetic surface. You can also attach it to a mount. It has the standard 1/4-inch mount that is usually found on camera tripods. Just keep in mind that this has to be a camera mount, since for example microphone arms usually have much larger threading and they won't fit. You can also attach the light directly to the hot shoe of your camera, and the other three sides of the cage have their own cold shoes, so you can use this to daisy chain a few of these lights or attach any other accessories, for example mics. And since you can attach this directly to the camera and it is battery powered, you can use that not only in the studio but also when you're shooting somewhere in the field. Especially given the light is very small and you can literally carry it in your pocket. The lithium cell used in this light is what seems to be a standard lithium cell, probably 21700, so it's a bit larger than commonly used 18650 that you may find in many vapes and flashlights, for example. But unfortunately, it is not easily removable. When the battery will reach the end of its lifespan, you most probably can tear down the light and change the battery for a fresh cell. However, you cannot do that on the go. And this is a bummer because I would prefer that the battery was easily changeable, so I can carry around a few of those just to make sure I have fully charged spares, which I can use if the battery dries out. That said, at maximum brightness, this battery lasts for about 40 to 45 minutes. At half brightness or less, you will get close to 2 hours of light on a single charge. And you can always use something like a power bank to charge this device through the Type-C port. So non-removable battery is an inconvenience, but not much of a problem. As for the charging, I would suggest that you use 2 amps power supply. If you use something below 10 watts, which is below 1 amp, the light cannot really charge itself to the fullest. And also when you charge the light while still using it, it starts to turn off and back on every few seconds, which is very annoying. If you charge it with a way too powerful adapter, for example a 66 watt power delivery charger, some users reported problem that the device will not charge while it is off. So I have been using a 2 amps charger and had zero issues with charging. Anyway, the device also has active cooling, which Zhiyun installs in most of their equipment. It consists of a copper heatsink and a small fan, and this is designed to keep the light very cool to touch. This is important since this is a portable light which you are supposed to be handling a lot, and it is very important to keep the temperatures safe. That said, the fan is not always on. It turns on and off depending on the temperature, and also even when it is on, it is quiet enough and shouldn't be much of a problem when you are recording video with sound while the fan is on. Also on the back side, there is a small OLED display, and everything is controlled by 2 knobs which you can freely rotate and press. To turn the light on and off, you have to press the left knob once, then release and press and hold it again. This will turn on the light or turn it off. It is refreshing to see actual physical controls, buttons and knobs, as opposed to touch buttons and touch screens, which are kinda prevalent nowadays. These are very easy and comfortable to operate. The only issue I have is that you can only cycle through all modes. That means that clicking the left button cycles the modes one by one, and you cannot go back. If you want to go back to the previous mode, you will have to cycle through all of them. This is a minor inconvenience again. Besides full control on the device itself, you can also control it through an app. It is called Zhiyun Fiveray, and you can download it for your smartphone. The connection to the device is through Bluetooth, and you have to give all the necessary permissions, including location, for the app on your phone to be able to connect to the light. Location permissions are common for any app that uses Bluetooth, since potentially you can get your location through Bluetooth, and that's why Android warns you. The app is also used for firmware updates because, of course, you need firmware on a light bulb. Even though an app is nice to have, I appreciate that full control is available on the light itself. That means that even if the app will disappear or your phone will not be able to run it or whatever, these lights will not turn into garbage immediately. You will still be able to use them and control all the functions through the onboard knobs and buttons. That said, the app obviously gives advantages. First of all, this is a remote control. If you have your studio light mounted somewhere on the ceiling, for example, you may find it very inconvenient to reach the back of the device to look at the screen. Or you may not want to disturb a certain setup. With the app, you can do that remotely from your phone. Keep in mind though that the light doesn't have a standby mode. So before you can connect to it, you still need to turn it on by double pressing the knob on the light. You can turn the light itself from the phone on and off, but not the electronics, the device itself. It will still be working. That means to turn it fully off, you will still have to reach for that knob and double click it. Moreover, with the phone, you can control several of those devices and other devices from Zhiyun at once, group them, arrange them into certain sets, and so on. And without the app, you would have to do that manually, one by one. And of course, the larger screen on your phone or on your tablet is more convenient, especially when you need to set up a specific RGB color, and these lights support not only RGB, but HSI dimming as well. And the app also has a cool color picker feature which tries to match the color at which you point your smartphone camera, basically something like chameleon. Since this is RGB and dimmable, you can select not only color, but also the color temperature. And this gives you a lot of room to create the light as per your preference or that you need for a specific scene. The light also supports quite a few creative effects commonly used in video production. For example, welding, lightning, candle, disco, police car, paparazzi flashes, and so on, and also stroboscope. As for the supplied attachments, I really like that they are magnetic. I don't like the diffuser much. It surely does diffuse very harsh light, but it is not the best diffuser out there. The honeycomb grid, on the other hand, is perfect. It really helps to convert a floodlight into a pointed light, especially when you add the barn doors. And so, even though this is a meager 20-watt light, it works pretty well and will definitely level up your photography or videography. The use is not limited to photo and video, of course. You can use it for painting exercises in your studio or anywhere where you need a portable light, for example, DIY jobs. It also has this mode where it reacts to music. It seems not to be frequency response, but rather loudness response, but anyway, you can use it as a party light. And since the build quality is exceptional, it should also last you for a while. If you're interested to purchase one of those, You will find a purchase link in the description.
I am the god of YouTube!
Like, subscribe, jingle bells.